Okay, so here is my long overdue video of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite versus the Lenovo Tab P11. I know there are still people out there trying to figure out which one to go for, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, first things first, if you are in the market for either one of these two, just keep in mind that they have been out for at least a year and a half. So if you are going to buy either one of them, just make sure that you do so at a discounted price. Just make sure you find a deal. Do not buy these at the regular price. When this one first dropped, it was $230. So the Lenovo Tab P11 here. And when this one dropped, it was $350. This one includes the pen. So of course, the Samsung pen, this was $230 without the Lenovo Precision Pen 2. So make sure again that if you are in the market for either one of these, that you are looking for deals. Otherwise, if you can only find them at regular price, I would highly suggest that you consider a current tablet, right? So whether you're going for a Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE or P11 or P12 Pro, or I don't know, the newer Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, whatever the case may be, if these are going at regular price, skip them. Just go for something right now where you would be spending that $300-400. So before we even talk about design here, you have also to keep in mind that the Tab P11 here has a native or more of an official keyboard, right? Whereas the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite only has third-party keyboards and cases. Now, granted, Samsung did run some partnerships with some accessory manufacturers, but still not as native as what you would have on the P11 here. And with all that being said, of course, let's go ahead and talk design now. Both tablets are very modern looking tablets, right? Aluminum frame, and you have uniform bezels around the front of the tablets there. So of course, meaning you would find your usual suspects, right? So the power button at the top here for the P11, on the side for the S6 Lite there, volume rocker, of course. On the side, you have two mics, so a dual mic setup for either one of the tablets there. You have USB Type-C port, and by the way, these do not push out video signal, meaning you will not be able to extend this display into another monitor. So these are USB Type-C 2.0, I believe, but overall pretty nice setup. Now let's go ahead and talk about some key places where they differ, right? Starting off with just the speakers. You have a quad speaker setup on the P11 here, on the Tab P11 versus the S6 Lite, where you have a dual speaker setup. The sound on the P11 is definitely going to be louder than what you have on the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. But the thing with the Tab S6 Lite is that the sound is cleaner and it's very crisp, very nice sound coming out of the S6 Lite there, very well worked on. And by the way, if this is your first time visiting, welcome to the channel. Of course, I'm certainly hoping that you are enjoying the content so far, which if you are, please do me a favor, hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate it. All right, so the selfie camera on the Tab S6 Lite, on the other hand, is located at the top there on the short side of the tablet. Not so great, so in portrait mode, whereas on the P11 it is actually located on the long side, on the long hand of the tablet, which is exactly how you want to hold your tablet when you're making video calls. Now going back to the other hand, the Lenovo Tab P11 does not have a headphone jack, whereas on the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite you have a headphone jack, which is always a very nice addition. Now overall, you're pretty much gonna like what you like, and I'm gonna like what I like. So in terms of looks, you're pretty much just gonna choose what you feel looks better than the other. Now, both displays have a resolution of 1200 by 2000, but the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite has a TFT display, while the Tab P11 is boasting an IPS display. Now, the Tab P11 is definitely brighter than the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite here, but when it comes down to just color gamut, so actually, let me just put it this way. When it comes down to just IPS versus the TFT that we have here, the Tab P11, as the name suggests, is slightly larger at 11 inches with the same resolution that you find on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, which has 10.4 inches. And I gotta tell you this, image quality on the Tab S6 Lite looks sharper and just better, in my humble opinion. Not by much though, but definitely better. So movie watching or simply video watching just seems better on the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. And some additional specs here, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is running the Exynos 9611, and that is coupled with 4 gigs of RAM, loaded with 64 gigs of base internal storage, expandable at 1 terabyte. Whereas the Lenovo Tab P11 here is running a Snapdragon 6 62, also 4 gigs of RAM, coupled with that chipset, and the base storage also 64 gigs expandable as well. And they were both running Android 10 when they first dropped. The P11, according to Lenovo schedule, will get you one single major upgrade to Android 11, which is what I have because I bought mine just recently, so it was already upgraded to Android 11, and I think that's going to be pretty much it. I can't recall a time when Lenovo went more than one, right? And the skin here is actually pretty clean, right? It's closer to stock Android that you would get on something like the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite here, so it's pretty clean, it's pretty flawless, and I like it. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is going to see 3 major updates, and it will be supported all the way to Android 13. And as of right now, what I have loaded here is Android 12, which is just amazing. And I still have 1 to go. So these are things that you need to keep in mind. And the skin here is One UI, as I mentioned, and it's pretty intuitive, right? So it's not anywhere, as close to stock Android as this one is, but it's super, super intuitive. It's very nice. I actually prefer it over just stock Android or anything that comes close to that. Now, your day-to-day stuff can be handled, with either one of these tablets with no issues. So as far as CPU performance goes, I can't seem to be able to tell the difference right now. User experience when it comes down to productivity just seems to be much better on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, especially because of Samsung DeX. So if you were trying to use this, get this to be as close to a computer or a laptop as you, this guy would really get you there. Not that it's going to turn into a laptop, but it's going to get you close because the user experience there is very nice. It's a very evolved application that Samsung has been working on for a very long time. So it's advanced when compared to the productivity mode that you get with the Tab P11 here. And don't get me wrong, that productivity mode found on the Tab P11 is not bad. It's pretty good to have than not have a productivity mode, but it just cannot compete with Samsung DeX. But it definitely can increase or can give you some boost in terms of productivity. Now, GPU performance is definitely going to be better also on the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite here. And you will notice that even just with games, in terms of just turning some of the options on and off. So with the P11, you won't be able to turn some of the stuff on, whereas on the S6 Lite, you might be able to turn them to high quality. And it's also going to be the same with just editing videos. You are better off editing videos on here than you are on here. So CPU, kind of the same. GPU, definitely way ahead. And in terms of user experience, is just, productivity, definitely the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. These are things that, again, you need to keep in mind if you are in the market for either one of these two. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you want or need a stylus, you are going to buy one with the Tab P11 here, whereas the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, does come with an S Pen or stylus included already. It's going to cost you a little bit more, obviously, but again, if you want to buy this, you can buy this for $230. Assuming you were buying at the regular price, and then you would have to buy the Precision Pen 2. Also, that's going to cost you extra to match the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite here. And in terms of performance, the user experience is simply better. Again, with the Samsung S Pen, right? Your handwriting is just going to be cleaner on the S6 Lite. It will offer you more features, and most importantly, palm rejection is much better on the S6 Lite. It's actually very, very good. Not just better, it's just very good. Whereas on the Tab P11, it's just not that great, because every time I'm taking down notes with the P11, my palm just leaves all these very annoying marks that I have to go back and erase. And it's not to say that it's not usable, it's just to say that that's one thing you need to keep in mind. Also, the Precision Pen 2 is an active pen as opposed to the S Pen for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. That is not. When it comes down to battery, the Lenovo Tab P11 here is, has a better battery than what you have on the S6 Lite here. So it's definitely going to last longer than this. Not by a lot. Better battery on the P11 here. And when it comes down to camera also, you have a 13 megapixel main camera and you have an 8 selfie camera, whereas here you have an 8 megapixel main camera and a 5 megapixel selfie camera. But here's the reality. When it comes down to just picture quality, they are around the same, I would say. They're about the same. You just need to make sure that for video calls, you make sure that you have a well-lit setting and you should be fine. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this video short here. If you're in the market for either of these two tablets, clearly this guy, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, is the better tablet to go for. Now, on the other hand, if you are focused on budget, on just saving money, obviously you would go for the Tab P11 here. Again, when it comes down to performance, playing games, even watching movies and things like that, this is a better tablet. When it comes down to battery and maybe a couple more things, this guy will be the one to go. So again, better tablet. If you are just blindly choosing, let's say they cost the same, I'd say go for the S6 Lite here, because you know, support and all of that good stuff, performance and all of that is better on here. But on the other hand, if you focus on saving money, make sure to grab this one. I'll make sure that I keep some links in the description for you to go and check out what the latest deals are on either one of these tablets. Let me know what your questions. Share the video if you know anyone who will be interested. I will catch you in the comment section. Make sure to comment, of course. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. And up until that next video, as always, stay safe out there.